I'm recording now. Yep. Okay, and we're all good to go.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Claudia Aly. I am a parent outreach coordinator with the Illinois Student Assistance Commission. And today I have this presentation. Hopefully, we have enough time to cover. I have a lot to cover, but if not, this will be available for you to see later. This is on the early awareness in education, a roadmap to success. And this is basically little things that we parents need to be aware of to support our students in their education. So we're going to move with the presentation. And so a little bit about our agency. So the Illinois Student Assistance Commission, or ISAC, is basically the state agency that administers different programs to help pay for college. So our mission is to provide Illinois students with information and assistance to help make education beyond high school accessible and affordable. And this is just a screenshot of a flyer just to let families know that the agency offers support to parents. Our main goal is to support our students completing their financial aid application or everything related to the college planning. But again, I do the parent component, so I'm here to support your needs. So this is basically kind of our agenda for today. The journey to college starts way before your child applies. It is a process that starts early on, as you can see. It involves early and consistent preparation and thoughtful planning. And so we're going to start with what like a little overview of the early childhood education. But before that, I wanted to cover a little bit about our role as parents. I just wanted to point out that as parents and caregivers, it is really important for our children education. It is basically a team effort, and when we are involved, they thrive. The level of education each of us have shouldn't be a reason to limit the engagement we have in our children's education. We are basically the first teachers, right? So with us, our children learn to walk, they learn to speak and behave. And with us, they also develop their self-esteem, their confidence, character, and discipline. I think time we spend with our children is crucial. So we can use this time to play with them, to watch a movie, learn together, and support their education. Our engagement is essential in their success. So when we get involved, students build confidence. They feel supported in every aspect of their lives, and so they build confidence and feel supported. Like I mentioned, they improve academic performance. It enhances attendance and engagement in school, and it also helps set goals and plan for the future, as well as it increases the persistence. So little things like that can help in their academic performance. So the other thing that I want to mention is that, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm sorry, that early childhood education is important. This is the foundation for lifelong success. So research has shown that the first 5 years are critical because that's when the brain development happens more rapidly. So shaping cognitive, emotional, and social skills that are related to how our children think and learn, how kids manage their emotions, and how they interact with others. So exposure is critical in their development. It is important that as parents, we expose them to positive interactions to shape their brain development. And this is because um, those early experiences have lasting impact on their future. Children thrive emotionally and socially when they feel safe and loved, and they're given fun and engaging experiences. Um, Something I didn't mention at the bottom of this slide, it is a video that I really like. It is basically a TED Talk by a young girl from Australia who advocates for early childhood development, and she talks about the importance of the first 5 years of a child's life. I would recommend to watch it. It's really cute to see her talking about this important topic. She's now a teenager, but this TED Talk was when she was like about 7 or 9 years old. So I would recommend to watch it. Um, Elementary school are usually from pre-K to eighth grade, but some schools separate grades 6 to 8 into what is known as middle school, right? So for this presentation, I separated grades, the different grades to have a better visual. But when we think about elementary school, reading, writing, and math are the core fundamentals of education. It is to be understood that without practicing and encouraging our children to master these skills, they will lack the knowledge and fall behind in other subjects. So just reading alone helps them learn new vocabulary. They learn how to communicate and even analyze or interpret the different readings, including the math problems, right? So with only 20 to 30 minutes a day, anyone can see the differences in their performance. One thing we used to do here at home when my children were younger is that we all read together. So we found a space where we can read for 30 minutes. And we would do that in our living room for like 30 minutes, Monday through Friday. In terms of the writing portion, I used to assign my kids a writing prompt. Sometimes they would choose their own depending on how they felt about writing it. Especially over the summer when they have a lot of free time. I think this is really something easy to do with them. Um, the other things that we can do at home are having conversations with them. For us, during dinner time, that's when we were all together at home. So we would have conversations about a specific topic, about the reading that we read the day before, or simply talking about how their day went, right? How was it at school? What did they learn? And things like that. As you can see on the screen, the family interaction portion are little things that we can do at home that, they support their learning, right? So, okay, so what are the things that we can do to support our children? Setting up weekly the weekly or monthly goals by creating a plan helps with time management. I think this is an important piece. Our kids spend too much time on their electronics, on social media. So I think teaching them to understand the importance of the time management is important. That's one of the reasons students, some, if not all, elementary schools are providing with a planner at the beginning of the school year that allows them to have a short or long-term vision of the different things, and that can help them with their self-esteem by visualizing their assignments and getting them done. It gives them a sense of being able to accomplish the different things, and that creates a positive reaction. So also having a suitable place and school supplies for homework, or reading, and most importantly, avoiding distractions, right? So I usually take away the phone, the tablets, everything that can be a type of distraction for my children. I would always, take it away because I know that was a distraction for them. Okay, so for this slide, I want to emphasize the importance of understanding key terms, and this is like something that we can start doing during the middle school from 6th to 8th grade. Grades on a report card. Most of us know that the academic grading commonly takes on the form of a letter grade, right? So A being the highest and F being the lowest. And this letter can also be represented as percentages, as you can see in the table. And just a disclaimer, this is a screenshot that I found in the internet. Some schools might be different, at least talking about the percentage range, right? So the grade point average is the sum of the courses, the course grade, sorry, throughout the school year divided by the total number of credits. Most high schools and colleges report grades on a 4.0 scale for regular courses. And the basics that I want you to remember is that an A on a GPA scale is 4.0, a B is a 3.0, a C 2.0, and a D is a 1.0. The F is basically a 0. Again, this is just an example that I found online. The competitive schools look at, for students with a GPA of 3.5 and above, but a GPA between 3.0 to 3.5 is considered sort of a good GPA for high school and colleges. Colleges will also look at the rigor of the high school schedule. So, for instance, colleges will look at their transcripts to see if the student took any honors or AP courses. Besides doing well in the regular courses, colleges want to see that students, challenge themselves academically. So honors and AP courses are more advanced than regular courses, and if you notice your child is doing very well in middle school, once they start high school, you can encourage them to start with these advanced courses. Honors cover the same similar material as the regular classes, but provide more detail and insight of the subject. And then the same thing with AP courses. So this introduce high school students to college level training in a way, because they are a little bit more intense than regular and honors. And these AP courses can also provide college credit if the students earn sufficiently high scores in their corresponding AP exam. The other aspect, as parents, we may wonder um, how our children's future going to look like, right? So some of our kids may know or may have an idea of what they want to do when they grow up. Some senior high school students may not have a clue, and that's totally okay. But the important thing here is the early exploration. So it's important to observe what your child likes, and together explore the various possible options that they have. There are career assessments, which are surveys to discover your child's skills. It is important to encourage your child's interests, and being realistic of how you will help them complete those educational goals. As parents, we can have different resources to support our students in many different ways. So the other important piece here is to help your child find a positive role model. Mentors are great when it comes to the exploration piece. They can help them, explore the different careers, and just having those conversations. I feel like with my older child, he always talked to his uncle. He's an architect, and he would talk about that. And that's what my son is doing in college right now. So again, the power of mentors is important. And also, like I mentioned, find the different resources. Of information about what your child likes, right? I provided these websites. I think those are important when it comes to the career exploration piece. And again, those are free resources that you can go online and just look at them, right? Find what it's interesting for your child. Now, at the high school level, this is another stage that our students go through. Those 4 years go by so fast. So, in addition to the regular school curriculum, high school students can begin preparing for college as early as their freshman year. College preparation does not start in senior year. It is a process that takes time, so your student can prepare academically by taking, again, honors classes or enrolling in dual enrollment courses if their school offers them, and start taking start thinking about what they want to do when they finish high school, right? So some of the few things that they can do in the preparation process is to attend college visits. It could be, sometimes they offer virtually or in person. You don't have to be, again, in senior year to start doing this, or in junior year. You can schedule whenever with your child. Again, I'm going to emphasize the time that they have over the summer, right? So attend college fairs. It is also important for them to start having those conversations with the different colleges representatives. Get familiar with the cost of attendance. So basically how much one academic year cost at the different options, whether it be a community college or a 4-year institution, public or private. So I think it's important to get familiar with those with the terminology, right? And start visiting those websites to get a little bit more familiar. And having those regular conversations with your student about post-secondary plans, right? So this is important because um, having those conversations start, I guess, having that curiosity to start looking into what it is that they want to do. I started with my older son. He had those conversations with his uncle. I know sometimes it's hard to work with high school students' age, right? So at least that's what happened with me with my older son. With my younger son, I started talking about college. Recently, he just started high school, and it's been okay. He's been open to talk, to have those conversations. So I think this is one of the most important pieces from the beginning of their high school years. As I mentioned, exploring the different career options ahead of time is helpful because that will give the student an idea of the school they want to attend. As you can see, there are different options, starting from either vocational, trade, or certificate programs, which are very short programs that can take from a couple months to 1 year or 2 years. It could be a community college that offers associate degrees, and that usually takes about 2 years. If the student is attending on a full-time basis, then we have the sorry, there is a mistake in there, 4-year colleges and universities, and those could be public or private. It could be in or out of state. So it is important to have those conversations, right? So there is not a single correct pathway. So it's basically finding the right fit for your student. It's again having those conversations about what is a degree, what is a certificate or training that my student is interested in, which would be the best option. There are various trades, but like other professions, basic academic skills are required. And again, it's just trying to find what is best for them, right? As parents, we know them better, and we know, the abilities that they possess, and things like that. So I think this is another good topic to have those conversations with them. The other aspect is about how are we going to pay for college, right? So learning about post-secondary funding is important. So in here is just, having a uh, or knowing that there is certain applications for students um, to check and see if they're eligible to receive federal and state funding. So the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is the application the students would have to complete when they're in their senior year and every year that they're in college. Or the alternative application for Illinois financial aid. This is an application for undocumented students, and with this application, the student is basically applying for state funds only. Also, there are different type of scholarships. They could be offered through colleges, universities. There are private scholarships that the student can also find, and I am providing this different websites for information. There is also college savings plan, which are known as the 529 plans, and those are savings that you can have for your children starting from, early on. Um, the last part of, I guess, this presentation is about college and the importance of understanding your students' experience. So it is common for some students to find it difficult, the transition from high school to college, where they will have to adjust to a new environment and completely a different schedule, right? So college is different when compared to high school in many ways, but one of the most common differences is when it comes to the actual time the student spends in school. So classes in high school settings run from morning to afternoon, where students are changing from class to class. On the other hand, college students can pick up and register their classes, and sometimes they might not be on campus all day, and they might have some free time in between. For this reason, some parents mistakenly think that college students have a lot of free time, but in reality, this time is often used for studying, for reading, or completing assignments. This is more of a self-directed learning, and that is why it is crucial for younger kids to learn about time management, right? Because, when they get to college, they might think that they have a lot of free time. They wait until the last minute to complete assignments, and then they're behind. The other the other thing that I think is important is about the challenges, or knowing about the challenges for commuting students. So students may struggle to engage in extracurricular activities or social events compared to the students who will be staying at the dorms, where they have a lot of time in there. They have more accessibility to join clubs or to do extracurricular activities, do sports, or just socialize with their classmates. For commuting students, these can lead to feelings of isolation or being disconnected from the campus community. A lot of the times there are feelings of sense of belongings, right? So in my case, when I attended college, I was already married and I was commuting. I was going back and forth. I would just go to my class and then come back. And I felt times that I did not belong to that community. And that can happen with even younger students who are commuting on an everyday basis. The same thing I think is important to understand about the first generation college experience. College students may feel like they don't belong again, or face imposter syndrome, where they question if they are capable of succeeding or performing well in the different classes. Students might need extra encouragement and reassurance to build that confidence. So I think these are very important pieces to understand. The emotional and social adjustment, like I mentioned, the challenges from one transition to the other, from being a high school student and then now being a young adult. They may experience emotional challenges if they go away for college, including homesickness, academic pressure, and social adjustments. And as I was mentioning, when you have those conversations, or when you want to have those conversations with your children, it's a little hard when they are older. So I think it's just offering the support, listening, and maintaining that open communication with them can make a big difference. Sometimes they only want to vent, right? They don't want to hear advices, or they don't want to hear us telling them what to do. The only thing that they want to do is vent, right? So I think it's just being open for that support, for that type of support. um One of the things.
So then we're good.
So the tutoring academic support is something that you should be aware as well. So just encourage your child to seek for academic support resources as early as possible. They have tutoring, they have the writing center available, they have the professor, the teacher assistant office hours, there are study groups. So there are different type of resources for your college student. The other thing, very, very important, is the counseling services. So students oftentimes don't know how to handle the stress associated with college. As I mentioned before, it's difficult with those transitions. Some colleges and universities provide counseling services, which are included in their students' tuition and fees. So they can provide one-on-one sessions, therapy groups, online counseling through apps, and there is also the crisis hotline. So again, there are different support systems at the college level, and what I want you to be aware, just in case. This one I'm not going to cover too much, but basically it's a great opportunity for students. It's a work experience offered by an organization for a limited period of time. Sometimes they're paid internships, sometimes they're not paid, but this is a great opportunity for students to obtain job experience on whatever the field of study they are pursuing. Do you know who to ask for support, right? So remember that your school counselor is there to support you, teachers and mentors, community-based organizations, financial aid, admissions office, family, friends, colleges, website. We are here. ISAC, again, it has the parent component. We have the student component where we can support the student and families in whatever it is that you guys need related to the college planning and financial aid application process. So do not hesitate to look for those for that support system. We're always here to support you. And then this is just an additional support. So this is a what is known as a college Q&A, where you can send us your question via text message. There is an English line and a Spanish line, and all of our services are free. This is just my contact information. Feel free to email me, call me, or use the Q&A if you have any other questions. And this is all I have. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Claudia, for your presentation.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here. I know we had a little limitation in terms of time, but yeah.
Okay. No, this was great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Let me know if you need anything else.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.